Hello again. So the whole point of me doing these video updates really is to give you an honest appraisal of how it feels to be on Lemtrada or alemtuzumab or whatever it is, the name that you want to call it. Campat is another one that the doctors use as well. And yesterday was my first full day on the infusion, and it went okay for the majority of it, although as it went into sort of the third hour, I began to feel more and more flu-like symptoms, basically just achy all over, really bad back, but my temperature was absolutely fine. I think I told you yesterday that one of the things that happens is that your symptoms, your original MS symptoms, get worse. And that's what happened to me. My double vision is the presenting symptom for me, really, and that got really bad. I couldn't, even with the glasses with the special lens in, I couldn't see single. Everything was double. So once the infusion was over and I wanted to get ready for bed and I went to put my pajamas on and go to the toilet, the whole world was basically a blur. It was spinning round. It was very, very painful. I struggled very much to do that, and I basically felt like I was going to collapse. I hate being sick. I really hate being sick. It's one of my least favourite things, but I really felt like I was going to be sick, so I was running my wrists underneath the water in the bathroom to try to keep my temperature down, and I got some cold compresses and put them on my head, but I was really close to being sick. I had to do everything I could to avoid it. Because I didn't want to be, because I hate it, basically. But the room was spinning round, the world was blurry. I felt like I went to about 3,000 degrees. And then my temperature dropped a little bit, but I got a really bad headache, so they put me on a paracetamol drip. And it was really awful for about 2 hours after sort of the end of the treatment and after the treatment. I struggled to get to sleep initially last night, but I think that's as much to do with the steroids as it is anything else. I really struggled to kind of cope with it all, basically. But eventually I did get to sleep, and I think I actually slept quite well once I drifted off. But just your brain's buzzing and the chemicals are flooding around your body and everything else, so it wasn't great. This morning I do feel much better. I feel much more back to myself. The vision is now single as long as I'm wearing my glasses. But the doctor that I spoke to this morning said that if that's what happened on your first infusion, it's likely that'll happen every time. So we'll have to wait and see really what today's infusion brings and the joys of that. So I'm now, they had to take my cannula out because it pulled itself, so there's blood pouring down my arm, so they had to change that, or take it out earlier. It'll get changed later. You can probably hear my voice is a bit weird. This is really the first time I've noticed it. I don't have a sore throat or anything like that, but my voice has gone a little bit strange for some strange reason, some bizarre reason, don't know why. So I'll keep an eye on that, and if the doctors or anything tell me anything about that, then I'll report back later and let you know. But yeah, really difficult first night, so I'm not particularly excited about today, but you've just got to push through, obviously, and hopefully, you know, won't be quite as bad. And of course I'm still waiting to hear I'm actually going to have it, because I didn't last time. Bye.